Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM23 Lions. This is episode 67. We're going to finish up the UAE tour here, where we have one of our final two major objectives of the season. We've really bounced back well with Envelope Ghent and getting a double podium, when we needed a top 10. But we're heading into the final climb of the final stage of the UAE tour. And for this one, what we need is a top 5. What we have entering this final stage is a second place by mere seconds, but over a minute behind the leader. So nowhere near a favorite to win the overall, but second and fifth. Second with Samuels, fifth with Matoni. Terrible draw for the day overall. Samuels was expected to have a +5. Henok was expected to have a +5, and on the previous flat stage, crashed out with a broken kneecap and is out of the race, so we lost his +5. And out of the rest of the team, we've likewise lost a whole lot of potential ability in these guys, with 8.8k left to go here in this race. But I've got two guys very well placed, but it's a good field. It's a deep field. It's going to be a challenging one. Let's get the gel for these two. Ansa is fading despite everything because he's out of red bar and he's unable to keep up with the pace that's necessary despite having energy, which means we need to replace Ansa with one of these two. Banuna, go ahead and replace, where's our other one? Teasir is still here. First little bit of an attack, a couple guys going clear. Back art took second on that last stage, but is still behind us in the standings. But I do believe he is like third place. He is third, minute 11. He's just a few seconds down. I'm okay dropping to third place. That does not concern me. Cogliani is a minute 52. He is well placed, but we can afford to lose a little more time to him. 6k to go. Tony, not positioned terribly well at the moment. Johannes Dalek, go ahead and protect Samuels now. You're in a slightly better position than Banuna. Ansa's been dropped. 4k to left. Just the one rider off the front. Teas here on the verge of getting dropped down to 86. Thought I upped your effort. That was Banuna that I did. Coming back at him. Back art might not get away after all. 1.8k. Roteasir has been dropped. That's still 82 riders. It's a big field. Matoni, he's not going to hang on like that. Banuna is already done. Samuels. Okay, let's push on. Try to get into some clean air. Use that yellow bar that you have left. Go forward as best you can. Sprint it out. 800 meters. Backart's going to lose, but he is going to gain some seconds. He's going to take... Oh, he's going to win. He's going to hang on and win. He saved a little bit. Got one last little push there at the end before Sivikov got to him. I don't think Limreza is going to be a threat, but Sivikov was 6th or 7th. But it's bunched, so we should have third place with Backart jumping us for second. Same time to 57th place, so Samuels is included on that same time. Just the time gains of the top 3 is all, but then it's a minute 25, so Mutoni does lose time. That will see him drop down the order, but Samuels does keep third place with Backart picking up 10 seconds. I knew that was happening. I knew there was only a few seconds separating them. But third place is a super success. We needed a top 5 for this race, and we have claimed third. That's fantastic. That is an absolutely fantastic result. Only a few guys got lost out of the top standings. Matoni was one of them, and it was down to a poor race day condition draw for him. He falls to 21st. No matter. We got what we really needed. Would have been nice to have the points of 5th place for Motoni, but more importantly, we have succeeded in our key objective. The biggest 2 objectives of the year are both super successes. One more big one remains in a month. Fantastic 2 results for us as we jump all the way up to 3rd in the rankings, and we were kind of low to start the season just a little while ago, but Samuels has 400 points, Shimway has 385, Janssen has 275. They are all going to be ranked pretty well from that. Amazingly, this has not cleared up the sponsor work for us, though. We've had 5 straight successes, with 4 of them super successes. We have a 100% evaluation on results now, with just 2 objectives left before the cutoff date. Not minor ones, a 3.5 and a 3-star. They both can impact things. But 100% evaluation. We went from nothing in the noteworthy results to 2. We got a stage win and wear the leader's jersey. Registered riders, we picked up 1 for Samuels there. And yet, we're not getting anywhere in terms of this portion, which is keeping us only in the success range. It's going to take a lot more noteworthy results this season to get that sponsor confidence into the super happy zone. But with only 2 objectives left, I think we've gone a long ways to setting ourselves up to seeing this only climb and not drop much, if any, the rest of the season. So a few noteworthy results should take care of it. We are at Strade Bianche, one of the biggest races of the year. It's the 6th monument, many would say. No special race day condition bonuses, no objectives. All these World Tour races are all bonuses that were unexpected. And outside of our trio, none of them are objectives. And so any points we can get is just a big bonus. And Strade Bianche is a lot of undulation, a lot of gravel. The gravel's generally not too hard, and that sets us up nicely. But we also have 3 big World Tour races in a back-to-back with a bit of overlap. Not all of it's overlap, but you can only handle so many days of racing before we are going to experience some extreme fatigue issues. So trying to spread things out, spread it out amongst the team a little bit. What we have today is definitely some of our better couple-rated guys, and so hopefully we can get some points today, though expectations are lower than the optimism. I'm optimistic, but I think reality will set in at some point, and we'll find ourselves well off the bat because we just do not have the couple rating, and most of the guys here are not much in terms of climbers. Like Havu is a 59 mountain. He's not going to do well. He's probably the weakest rider at this entire race, but he's got a 73 cobble rating. He'll be fine on the gravel, but even then, 73 is only fine on the gravel. 72 is only fine on the flat. Okay, fine. Give him 1 more point. Yay! It's still going to make him pretty weak. Kareem, great flat rating, but 78 is still weaker than a lot of the guys around us. I mean, we can go look at a few riders real quick, and you're going to see Pellizzari has an 80. Ortega has 78 of some sort. We're looking at another guy with an 80. Here's 76s. Roglic is here with his 79 these days. So there's just too much to ask of this group to actually contend, but we'll do what we can. The race is getting heavy already. I got 3 guys that still haven't even made the front. Careless. Not quite in position. It's only a 1 star, but it's with a climb. And you can see the split. The split's already occurring, and the split occurred because of us. Careless couldn't hold his position. Be really nice to get the team in place so that we could start, protecting riders. Like Shimway. Shimway is probably the best climber, so we'll protect him. Kareem's not going to amount to much today, so he'll be on protection duties, but we're starting to get a few guys in position. That's 5 of them Ansa and Bosco, the two still trying to make their way through the field. And here comes Ansa. Just a 65 cobble and not a climber at all, so he's very weak compared to his teammates. But he's definitely going to be protecting, as will Bosco. Careless might actually be the guy we ride for, I think. That climbing rating being pretty important to how you do today. Oh my gosh, there just isn't quality outside of those two riders, period. Havu, with the best cobble rating, I guess, becomes the next best guy. Just hard to find any quality in our team for this race. The more I see what we've got, the less hopeful I am. The less optimism I have that we can do anything. Small breakaway, just 5 riders. 4.5 minutes is not a very big lead at a race such as this either, as we head for just under 120k left. So when we hit the top of this hill, we'll send somebody to get water for the first time, and might want to do it a little early, like Bosco. Go ahead and start now. Drop down means he's gonna have to work on the climb a little bit to recover some position, but with the long gravel sectors coming after this, the race already kind of kicks off by that point. And if we're not done with that water, we're gonna be done with him and still need water. There we go, he got it done in time. Effort up. It's all 1-star stuff, but it's undulating, it's skinny. It's easy to get caught out. It's easy to have the field split. So many things can go wrong, so it's really important to try to hang out near the front as much as possible. As tiring as that will end up being for us in the end, it's pretty necessary. Okay, this is a difficult sector right here. Slow it down a little bit. If anybody accelerates, we would be in trouble. It's a climb, 6-7%, but it's only 1 star. You can see how stretched the field is. One rider loses contact, and that could be it. For now, Peloton is intact. By this point in a lot of these races, there's already splits. And we just saw one. Back together. Back together. Splits again, though. The yo-yo begins. Let's hope we are not faced with being a yo-yo master today. Now, Careless, why is your position so bad? Let's get you forward a little bit more, please. Thank you. Join your team. Hey, now you're deciding to hold the position you need to be in. Alright, we are hanging in there. We're also at 71k, so it's gonna be time fairly soon to get water one final time for the day. Peloton somehow just together. Not happy with Careless and his fade here, so we're gonna push harder. It's gonna take more out of him and Roteus here, but it's necessary. We're through that. Get into the later stages of this thing, and time for the water. Who can? Ansa, Angel. Just 71 riders left in the peloton. We saw a little split there. That's good timing on that, as Ansa does not have to drop back as far. Little descent here. Could it be? Oh, I'd love it if those chasing groups do not make contact again, but they made contact already. 3 riders on the attack. Okay, this is the time where this race really kicks off, so we need to increase effort. Everyone to a 90. Massive yo-yoing here. Vingegaard on the attack. Right now, no one chasing. He's very quickly opening up a sizable gap. Did we get water? No. Ansa. Out of red bar, almost out of yellow bar, and we only got water to Bosco. Bosco's the only one who got water. Why? Because he was fading first. Those guys are going to get dropped here very soon. Roteus here as well. Put them all to auto and reassess. I got 4 riders left. Kareem is definitely going to work for someone. Shimway is the leader today. But Kareem. And then between Havu and Carolus is the better climber. He has not held his position terribly well here, but Havu's going to be the one to protect Shimway, actually, and then use Kareem to protect Carolus. And we will get water fairly soon, but not at this exact moment. Vingegaard has gotten well ahead. He's 2.5 minutes up the road. And the breakaway is still holding their gap, but you know they'll be fading from all that time out there. But he's alone a very long time. I think that's going to put him in jeopardy. But we're nearly through this and into the final sectors. A lot more undulation, a lot less gravel. The rest of the way helps. Definitely helps. Onset out the back. Bosco out the back. Have we seen the attack of 4 riders? Vanderpool, Sheffield, Healy, and Leknesund. 25 riders. Not gel. Water. Water. Good timing for this. Small group. Didn't have to go back far. Gets it taken care of. Careless. What is his deal with not wanting to hold position today? There you go. To the front. Okay, so I got 4 guys. It's back up to 68 though. At least we got the water while the getting was good. Riders are getting dropped. Definite fatigue out there. Things are thinning. 5 key riders off the front. 5 breakaway riders off the front. Means top 10 is inaccessible at the moment. 340 down. 30k. Not looking too good. Looking likely that some of those riders that have attacked are going to stay away. Vanderpool attacking some of the other riders off the front. Havu starting to struggle. Okay. It's on. It's on. Final 24k. Big action coming. Shimway looking great. Careless. A little less so, but he's alright. Havu, Kareem won't last too much longer. And the front group's starting to attack themselves. And we're going to start a hard chase, I'm assuming. Another group of riders are dropped. We've literally split in half now. And Havu's going to begin his fade. He was protecting a Shimway, so we want to switch this up. Down to 19 chasing. We've not caught the front riders yet, though. But the gap is coming down to the front of the field. Auto for Havu. He's going to fade and get out the back here in just a moment. He's already there. Zamanini, Zana. A few of those guys looking pretty weak at this point as our group thins more and more. Still in the gravel. Getting to be less and less of it left. Is it still 10 riders off the front? No, it's down to just 4. Or is it down to just 4? Vanderpool, is he leading the race? Did we catch 6 of those guys? Unknowingly? No. Vanderpool's 2.5 minutes down on the front of the field. Those guys are still away. 13K to go. On the verge of reeling back in a couple more guys here. Letting the others do the work as we are just along for the ride today. We are not aiming for the win. We're just trying to pick up whatever points we can, and we need to hope that a few of these front riders get caught, reel them in, and that allows us to compete for a top 10 potentially inside 10K. We will have a go with our 3-man grouping here at some stage. $8K. Is it just me, or did we just sit up, which is the perfect timing to go? Kareem, Careless, Shimway. Here we go. The big acceleration. That's still at least 4 riders ahead of us, at least 6 riders ahead of us. So right now, at best, we're looking at a P7. Penultimate climb right now. Kareem is done. Shoot. So is Careless. Okay, those guys are starting to attack, and Kareem is fading. We're down to 13 now, chasing. And now we finally have the full picture. For a fraction of a second we had. 2.2K. This is it. Careless leading it out for a Shimway. 1K to go. $900 meters. Shimway, final attack. He's going to emerge out of this group, but he is not going to catch those front guys. In fact, he's not even able to push or accelerate. Adria has already won. Vingegaard only got up to second. Mertens, the breakaway, has held on today. Pidcock, finally the next rider. So the front 5 have taken 4 of the top 5 positions. Vingegaard caught them, but then could not win. Where did we get a Shimway? 12th. That is worth points. That is worth points. I was hoping we can maybe get a top 10, but 12th is pretty all right. Pretty all right. We made a lot of forward progress there. We absolutely caught some of those guys away, but subtract those 5 breakaway riders, and we've got a 7th place. Subtract 5 breakaway riders, and Careless is 15th, and Kareem is 16th, and that would have been a phenomenal result. Breakaway, no idea how those guys were strong enough to hang on. Vingegaard, yeah, you wouldn't put it past one of the best riders in the world to break away that far out and find some success. But we beat Pogačar again. We beat Martinez again. We've beaten those guys a lot, but ultimately, not too many points for us today. Paris-Nice, stage 1. Wanted to get a little more into this episode to help set us up because we have 2 week-long GC races, World Tour GC races back-to-back here. Trainer Adriatico, Paris-Nice, both fairly big races, both fairly low expectations for us. New breakaway forming here in the final kilometers, and big response coming. It's time to up the effort. Speaking of effort, Mohira woke up on the wrong side of the planet with a -5 today. Molebron is also quite weak. So Mohira, you can see -4s, 3s, 9s to his key attributes. Molebron just back from injury. So we had all of those injuries right at the beginning of the season. We've had more mounting. We've had probably the most injuries of any team on the calendar so far, and with 20K to go here. Molebron just coming back. He's got a 0, but it's 74% fitness. So he's going to be suffering kind of throughout this race. Big climbing, but there is a time trial that's going to be difficult to navigate for Samuels. But with the amount of climbing, it's still probably his race for us. 17K to go now. A little sprint point here. I'm not going to bother with that, though there's a few guys going for it. And 2 of them set up, but one of them looks like he's trying to continue on, and we're now looking at 16K. Now there's one final hill to navigate on the way to the finish line, but then ultimately it's going to come down to a sprint. So I will want to get myself set here fairly soon. I think I'll go at about 11.5 to do that so that we don't lose too much over that final hill, but are able to give a pretty healthy push. Now, main objective today is to not lose time, as I don't feel this is favorable to us in any way. But Mohira is gonna go first, Molebron is gonna go second, and then what to do. So 11k to go, working on trying to get out front. Mohira going first, easing off a little bit as we are starting to ease our way into that position. Molebron will get his gel. And we're out front. No breakaway. No one ahead of us. We're in a good position right now with Mohira pushing on inside 9k. Happy with the setup so far. But we're going to have to go pretty aggressive when it comes time. 8k, nearly there. Mohira is done. On to Molebron. Janssen is that sprinter. Samuel's navigated the climb a little bit better. We've split the field, 21 riders, 2.5k. Gel. Tony. Benuna, just start your sprint, buddy. 1.2. Samuel's leading it out. Cuts to the inside, and Janssen coming out of this. We're not going to get the stage win, but can we get some bonus seconds? Janssen can. It would have been nice if it was Samuels who did. Zingle takes the win ahead of Pidcock. Janssen gets third. Samuels fourth. Will they give time gaps? Just 22 riders left in the group. Considered a punchy stage? It could happen. That's a pretty healthy gap. 40 seconds to those guys. It should be given. And it is given. Just 32 seconds, though. Oh, 41. Okay, so Vanderpool was among... Wow. Arts and Vanderpool both get dropped. They come in at 32, and then 41, beginning with Nielsen Palace. That is a fantastic start. Now, time bonus, Janssen the only one who gets one, but this is more about the time losses for the others. That is a fantastic start to Paris-Nice for us. That's going to help, not do all of it, but it's going to help offset the time loss that Samuels is sure to get on the time trial. Pidcock, Sheffield, Plapp, Orenskild, Arveus, Ayuso, Martinez. There's definitely still some strong riders here, but we left some key guys behind for sure. So great start, absolutely great start. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.